Rough Edge FM. Irritatingly irresistible internet radio at roughedgefm.com.
The art of magic is mystery, majesty, pageantry, and craft. It's also about history, marketing, networking, and more. All of these topics and others are discussed on Magic Talk with your hosts, renowned magician James Lantine and owner of the White Rabbit Magic Shop, Joshua Lantine. Now on Rough Edge FM.
You know what I miss?
The volume button?
Yes, I miss the volume button. I miss this being automatically on.
Automatically? What do you mean?
Like, as soon as it ends, I can just talk.
Oh.
So
I was right.
But then we say things inappropriate.
See, it's mentalism, even though I'm not a fan of mentalism.
Yeah, but then I say something
inappropriate
and we had the volume on. So we turn the volume off so I don't say anything stupid. And then I forgot to turn it on.
Now, is that user error or is that the computer's fault?
I'm going to blame the computer.
Okay.
So
I'm going to say that it's applicable these days because computers are starting to suck.
Yeah, they're
not working for me the way they should be working.
Yeah.
The way they advertise it.
I think that the error is between the chair and the keyboard.
Oh, why is it user error for me?
Because.
Well, what makes you so
special?
special?
I have no idea. Anyways, welcome to another episode of Magic Talk, episode number 216.
216, that's a good
one. So today, I thought we would give you a little
on the
Bark update. You were married on not the November 16th.
No.
So who cares? I was married on the 16th as well. You don't see me. It's like
I
don't even understand why. Forget it.
Numbers are great.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to say.
That was just a stupid comparison, but that's
why.
Because I'm now Simon Cowell.
You need to take a nap is what you need.
Hey, you know how brutal Simon can be, right?
Yeah.
So I was reading an article because I thought maybe the network was like, hey, you need to tone it down. You need to be a little bit nicer to these people. Wasn't quite sure what was going on. You know what it was?
What?
He had a kid.
Oh yeah.
And so
maybe he felt better about it.
Well, he felt like, okay, if my child was up there doing my thing and I was tearing them apart, I'd be pretty hurt.
Yeah.
And so he decided to sweeten it up a little bit.
See, having children changes you.
It took a child, yes.
And it changed him for the better.
Yeah, because he's actually, I used to get annoyed watching it because I couldn't stand the way he would just tore people up.
Yeah. So, for ratings.
Yeah.
That's the words that he used.
Yeah. But anyway, so I wanted to
talking about again?
I think we were going to talk about a Bark update.
You were okay. So yes. I was unaware. Yeah. I just came. I just sat down and then the show started.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened.
You follow me. So, all right. So here's the update on Bark. So as people know, I got to stop saying so. As people know, we have been working with Bark, trying to kind of get a feel or a flavor as to how effective it is in getting shows and things. And we have gotten a few shows from Bark. So, I mean, I'm not going to complain. But here's the problem that I have. Right now, they have increased the amount of credits that they charge for a lead.
So now, inflation has hit Bark too.
Yeah. So according to Bark, the cost for credits is based on the quality of the lead and how much money that lead might be worth.
Right.
So if somebody puts down that they have a higher budget.
I was going to say that's very, what would you call it? It's like individual.
Yeah.
Because it's our budget might not be the same as somebody else's budget, or somebody who's going to go and do dances versus somebody who's going to do magic, or somebody who's going to play music. All those are different prices.
Right. But it's based on the budget that the person hiring the performer is going to have.
Oh, so they can say they have no budget and then.
Yeah. And supposedly the leads would be less than if they have a higher budget, but it's also based on the quality. I have seen more leads now going for $10 a credit.
Not
$10 a credit, for 10 credits. And so it used to be that it would be like 3 to 5 credits and everything would be cool. Now it's like around 6 to 10 credits in order to buy that lead. And a credit runs anywhere from like $1.70 to $2. So you are theoretically paying $20 to get that person's email address and phone number for something that you're not even guaranteed to get. So if, let's say you charge $200 for Strolling Magic.
Mm-hmm.
So if you tap on 20 leads and you book one, you basically paid for those 20 leads.
Yeah.
Now, the other problem that I have with Bark is that sometimes people will book something and they don't go back to Bark and say, oh, we already have somebody. So you buy the lead and then you call them up and it's like, and then you have to prove to Bark that they already had somebody, and that, you know, the lead should have been taken down when it wasn't. And so it's just a major pain in the butt.
So at this point, because I know you've handled most of the bookings through Bark, at this point, it's way more trouble than it's worth, or turning out to be way more trouble than it's worth.
Yeah, I'm leaning more towards, there are more reviews about how there are problems than there are that they make a career out of this off of Bark.
Yeah.
And so after spending the last 6 months or so on it, I'm kind of leaning towards, I don't know. I don't think that it's necessarily worth the return.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, especially if the leads are increasing in price, like that, it's almost like they got an audience and then they decided to go and say, I'm going to go and hike up the prices now that we've got more people who are trying to go and operate our system.
Yeah, and they just got $100 for that one lead.
Yeah.
And you know, there's no guarantee that any of them got it because they might all be too overpriced or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So
it's not doing enough work to justify the price of it all.
Yeah, and it's a struggle because if you are in a actually, if you're listening, then try this. Go in and do a search for a magician near you. And depending on the area you're in, you that more than likely will end up seeing these larger organizations like Bark or Entertainment, Gig Salad, things like that. You'll more likely see them on page one than you will yourself. Now we do, let's do a little test here. So for those of you who are on Facebook, you can follow along, but if you are on, let's see,
any other
if you're
podcast,
thank you.
Any other podcast situation, you're going to have to listen along.
I can't do this at the same time. So you'll listen, but I'll describe it as I'm going. So I'm going to do, so we are in Santa Paula.
Yes.
And I am going to do a magician near me. Now, the first thing we're going to get is the sponsored ads. These are people who actually paid to be here.
Yep.
And then we're going to get businesses. So, okay, White Rabbit Magic is on top. That's good. But the organics are getting gobbled up by Yelp again, Gig Salad, Thumbtack, Bark, The Bash, Fash, and then it's going back to the sponsored. So when you look at this, it is becoming increasingly more difficult to get on page one for your magic because these others like Yelp and Gig Salad and Bark and Thumbtack are consuming page one because of who they are. And they have a Google SEO, they have a higher Google SEO rating. They, their URL is highly rated. So it's difficult to try to out compete them getting on page one.
At least on this sort of situation.
Right. Now, fortunately for us, business-wise, we're showing up on page one because we are a business and it's showing the Google business listing. So
now, there's the other one that I see was Aaron Bryan, magician. That looks like it's a person.
Yeah. So people can do a business listing.
So an individual person.
Yeah.
So if that is the case, it's not you're not a store, but you fit the criteria of the search.
Right.
And you are local, which they put you in the they put you on the map portion of Google. Not necessarily where all of the other websites are located, but where you can go and say, this is where that person or that business or whatever is located in that little box that's on the top, right?
Correct. And what's interesting is that, one of these in the business near me is actually serving Los Angeles, not even serving this area. So it's a
very broad net.
Yeah. Yeah. But, take an opportunity to go in and do that and see what is it that's showing up on your Google page one. And you may find that it's a very difficult thing to compete with because you're competing against these major companies.
Yeah.
So the only way to get on that page one is by doing like some of the other magicians have done, where you sponsor an ad, which means that you're going to pay per click.
It's another form of paying.
Yeah. Or you create a business listing and you promote the heck out of that so that you show up on the Google business lists.
I mean, as far as the that's concerned with the SEO stuff, I can see how that impedes you a lot. But I mean, if you were to go and operate with your social medias, I can imagine that would help you find more leads that way, because
the challenge with social
fighting.
No, but the challenge with social media is that you're preaching to the same choir. You're preaching to your friends list, hoping that they may share and extend it out to their friends list. But for the most part, you're preaching to your friends list.
You know how you get that to go and expand further?
Yeah, get people to share and like and comment.
Ask them.
Yeah.
Which is what all the annoying, what do you call it? The
influencers.
Yeah, influencers. What they go and they do, like, share, subscribe. Yay!
Yeah.
It helps the algorithm. They even cheat. They tell you exactly what it's supposed to do. I want to make money.
Right. But you get
no
that.
offense to anyone who actually makes a business out of this.
Well, and you can pay the social medias to go beyond your network.
Yeah.
But Google, people are coming there to find something.
Yeah.
So if they say, "Oh, I want a magician near me," it's because they're looking for a magician. And what ends up happening is, they see Bark, so they go on to Bark and they create their profile and they say, "Oh, I want a magician," which is why Bark is getting so many leads. But then they're getting more and more expensive to end up buying the leads, and you never really know if the lead is even valid anymore.
Yeah.
So,
well, that is annoying.
Yeah.
So be wary.
Be wary. So speaking of influencers and making money, we are going to take a quick commercial break for those podcasters, and for you on Facebook, freeze.
And remember, what I was going to say it. Remember, like, subscribe, and share with your friends. I was making a joke.
Okay. Now, freeze. Thank you. All right, we are back. So every time you talk, I can't find the blank space.
Oh God.
So
listen, use your ears. Listen.
I am like on so today.
What?
Big time. I'm using so like big time today.
Like, really? Are you just having such a something? You are from California.
Yeah, but still. All right. Next up on the agenda.
Nothing.
Nothing?
Like it. I like
Okay.
it. Nothing. It's great.
I was asking you. What's next up on the
Silence.
agenda?
Well, okay. Well, I mean, do you want to go and review
No,
our product today?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, then.
I do want to talk about one other thing. Remember we were talking about the magic manufacturing in one of our shows, and we were talking about how a lot of these tricks are coming out or becoming one and done.
Yeah. It's kind of making the.
I almost said, so here's an example, but I'm not going to say, so here's an example. I'm going to say, here is an example of that. Notice how I dropped the so.
Okay.
All right.
Good. Yeah, but not before you said it like 3 or 4
I know.
times explaining what you're going to
I just wanted everybody to know that I was going to drop it. All right. Here's an example. DMC
Yes.
came out with these amazing decks of playing cards that have built-in readers into them.
Yes.
That is cleverly disguised and can be seen across the room.
Yeah.
Almost. They partnered with a company called Phil's Creative.
Okay.
The two of them went their separate ways, whether it was a falling out or whatever the case may be. They decided to go their separate ways, which means that the design was Phil's Creatives, is branded under DMC. They can no longer use those. So Phil's Creative can't produce them anymore because he's not under the agreement of DMC to be able to produce them anymore. And DMC can't sell them because it's Phil's Creative's design. So DMC's
what a pickle
will end up going south.
I think that is called a Mexican showdown.
No, it's called a disappointment.
It is a very disappointing, but nobody can make a move because if somebody makes a move, there's going to be shots fired.
Okay,
Mexican standoff. That's what I was.
Is that what it is? Okay. Yeah. Anyway, the problem is, so we have Quantum.
Yeah.
And we have the Quiver.
Yes. Both
of which we can't get anymore.
We can't get Quantum or the Quiver wallet.
So which is the wallet? Is Quantum where it comes in with the Quantum Plus and what am I thinking?
Quiver is the wallet
for the coins.
For the coins.
Yeah. What's the other wallet that comes? Orphic.
Orphic.
That's what I'm thinking of. Sorry, not Quantum. For Orphic. In both cases, they partnered with somebody.
Yeah.
And they've decided to go their separate ways.
Those two?
Yeah.
Wow.
So what's happening is that a lot of these companies that are partnering with somebody, if any one of them goes south or if they decide to go their separate ways, that product is gone.
Dang.
Because they both own a piece of it. Whatever the idea might be.
Yeah.
And so that seems to be what's causing a lot of these products to disappear off the market. Okay. Is that they're no longer working with the person that they worked with when they created it.
That's a shame.
And and so Quiver, and I don't have official verification on all of this, but Quiver we're not going to be able to get Quiver anymore, and the Orphic wallet is not going to be available anymore. And both of those were really good.
I think that was with 1911, wasn't it?
Something like that, yeah. 1911 and whoever the person that they partnered with is.
I forget his name.
But so that seems to be why these products are disappearing off the market.
Okay, it's not the fact that they're trying to make this weird demand for it. It's a supply problem. So
it's a relationship problem.
Yeah.
Whether it's it's like a band.
Yeah. If you break up the band, there's no more music.
Right.
Which
so
sucks.
It's
good music.
Herein lies the dilemma. So today I'm gonna put a zap collar on me.
Today,
every time I say basically or so or whatever the case may be, you can zap me. I'll probably be dead by the end of the show, but
that'd be good radio.
It would be good radio.
Good, what do you call that? Good podcast? Or
yeah.
What do you go? Stream? Yeah.
And if it's live feed,
it's great. You caught it on camera.
We might get really good ratings for that. All right, here we go.
Is it good? Should I buy it? Does it suck? Did I get ripped off? Is it more of a craft project than a magic trick? These questions and more answered now on the Magic Item of the Week here on Magic Talk.
Alrighty. For those of you who are on social media, you are going to watch a very brief, short part of this demo, but the trick we are going to review is called Glare, and it retails for $40, which you can get at your favorite White Rabbit magic shop. It's got a cool concept to it, so we're going to play without the audio. I don't think we need the audio. We're going to play.
No, it's just people reacting and talking and stuff.
I will give a play-by-play for those who are listening on the podcast.
So
essentially, what I'm going to give a play-by-play for
I'm
those.
Just saying, describing the trick, because it's the trick itself is a version of the Hofzinger, what do you call that, where the card changes?
Yes. Now can I give a play-by-play as they're watching the feed on the you can see what I'm going to display for them.
Yes, but you didn't describe the trick.
Okay. So here we go. Essentially what the magician is doing right now is he's got his cell phone tipped up with a light, and he's displaying the back of the card, which you can see the pips through the card.
Yeah.
So it looks like a 4 of spades. Then he gives it a little flick, and it turns into 6 spades. And then he flips the card over, and it's the 3 of diamonds.
Yeah.
So I believe the one you were talking about, it was just you would see through it, and it was the 4 of spades.
That's another version, because it's Hofzinger, excuse me, made the trick that was a transposition like that. Well before this. Well before. It's a concept that a trick, an illusion that he made that all sorts of people, they love it, and they wanted to go and make the next newest thing with it and try to make it really cool and really visual, and this is one of them.
So it gives you the ability to display through you have to have a light source that lets the card become transparent, and you can see the pip on it, and then with a little bit of a shake or a magical gesture, all of a sudden it turns into 6 spades instead of 4. And then you do the reveal. So you could do something like where you have them pick a card, and you show them the reveal, and you show them the 4 of spades, and they're like, no, that's not my card. You shake it, and all of a sudden it's like, now it's the 6 of spades. That's still not my card. And then you flip it over, and it's the 3 of diamonds, and that's my card.
That's a way to do it. They have another way that they say in the description is that imagine putting a face down card in as the spectator on the table. Now, 3 spectators select 3 cards from the deck. After that, you're able to do the flashing to reveal. Okay. It's the first spectator has their card revealed, the 4 of spades, and then you're able to go with your magical gesture, show the 6 of spades for the second spectator, and then at the very end of it, you're able to turn it over, and it's the third spectator's selection.
That would be cool.
Which, hence the Hofzinger trick. Now, the other one that you were talking about can only go 1.
Right.
It was only 1 reveal. And this one, obviously, you can do 3.
And here's your packaging. It is very nicely packaged.
It's
packaged in a in kind of like a plexiglass with 4 magnets that hold it. It's almost like a card, an acrylic card case.
Yeah. Like it's trading cards, and it's a really cool trading card that you don't want to have taken away or exposed to oxygen or light or whatever. Right. You're taking good care of it.
I actually am planning on doing that trick at the Spellbound at the Table on December 8th.
Okay.
So I don't know if you were planning on it or not.
I gotta find something else then.
Oh, were you?
No,
you can do it.
It's okay.
But I'm gonna be the featured, so I got to come up with something cool and new.
I have a whole shop of things to do. I can just go to the counter and pick something.
Yeah, go grocery shopping and you'll find what you're looking for. But I do happen to like that.
That's really good. The mechanics of it, which is nice about this, is it's all self-contained, and you don't have to build anything or do anything like that. You get a fully
it's not a craft project. It's ready to go.
And it's a small gimmick because it's 1 card. very the pocket space is very economical.
Yeah.
And then this is what they say. My points: self-contained gimmick, no magnets, no elastics or threads, no losing pieces.
No,
important.
No magnets, but the case itself does have magnets.
That's true.
So,
so he's lying to an extent. And then it says no table required, which is also nice.
Yeah.
You can have it in a lot of different situations.
Yeah, it'd be great for strolling. So,
and then obviously has to be.
I just zapped myself.
Super easy to perform. They have to say that.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I just zapped myself.
Okay, good.
All right, we're moving on. Next up on the agenda is we just did a show on last week.
Yes.
I won't say which one. And during the performance, so the okay.
Oh, wait, so physical show.
Yes, a physical show.
Okay. Our Spellbound show.
Not the Spellbound. This was one that I got hired out to do.
Oh, so I was not involved in it at all.
No, and they paid me handsomely.
Good.
But imagine you walk in and there's this big 12-foot backdrop behind me with side wings on it because we brought our backdrop system.
Okay.
And we got music and speakers and all this kind of stuff. So it's clearly a production that's going on.
You
What?
did it again.
I said so?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
in the middle of your conversation, so you couldn't catch it.
Okay. It's clearly a production going on. There are these people sitting in the back corner that were having their own conversation during the entire show. It was not just adults. I mean, it was not just kids. It was adults. And I believe it might have even been teachers. Teachers. So they're in the back corner having this conversation. And the louder I got, the louder they got. And I'm sitting there going, you know what? I was paid to be heard. I don't think you guys got paid.
Did you say that?
No.
Wait, pull one of the castle magicians. Hey, I'm doing a trick over here. Can you please just shut up? I'm not going to say everything that the castle magicians say because it gets rather explicit, but
they're not that bad.
Well, there's one that I can think of that's he's very explicit.
He's not afraid to speak out.
No. Hey, I'm doing an effing trick here. Can you please?
Well, at this point, I think if they do that at the castle, they'll get booted out.
Now they will.
So yeah, they're getting pretty strict. Anyway,
so you didn't do that.
Huh?
You didn't do that.
I did not do that. I didn't call them out or anything. I just did my show.
Okay.
But I thought, you know, when you're at a venue and there's clearly entertainment going on, I don't understand that concept.
Yeah.
It's just absolutely mind-boggling. And I don't know if any of our listeners want to provide any feedback, send us an email or whatever at info@wrmagic.com. But how do you respond to a situation like that? Now,
if they're all teachers, I can tell you what they do.
What?
They get quieter and quieter and quieter and quieter.
Yeah, the thing is they would just take over the event would be them.
Yeah. I wish I was
they weren't
there.
getting it. There were people there that were telling them, shh, we're trying to listen. And one of them actually said to me at the start of the show, we can barely hear you. And I'm like, well, I have a solution for that.
Shut the two people up in the back.
No, they were one of them.
Oh, really?
Which is maybe why they started talking. But I boosted up my mic and everything. And the louder, like I said, the louder I got, the louder they got. But
I wish I was there because I can shout very loudly.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad you weren't there because you would have probably have made some sort of comment.
No, I just turned my mic down. Is he?
No, I'm not going to turn your mic down.
No, I'm just going to say it. I want to show you exactly how I would do it. Come on.
All right, your mic's off.
Okay. Now listen, everybody. We have a really cool magic show over here, and everyone needs to pay attention. You two in the back. I would like you to come forward and offer your services to the magician so you can be a participant in our amazing magic show.
Okay.
And I didn't lose my voice at all.
No, you didn't.
And you could hear me on your side.
I could.
Probably everybody could hear me.
I think people on social media heard you without even being on the air.
That's what I do. I mean, you got to learn. I got to teach you how to go and shout really loudly and not hurt your voice.
Yeah, that would be helpful because my voice was strained after that show.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to take one more commercial break.
Okay.
We will be back after this message. Those of you on Facebook, freeze.
What do you?
Okay.
You kept pointing at me. What are you doing that for?
Why? Because I'm giving you the command. Freeze. So, that's what I got to do for now on is just give myself an electric shock.
You know where I found out? I just wanted to say this. I don't know why I thought about it, but you know where I found out I could do that with my voice?
Where?
For hours and hours and hours.
Where?
When I was doing the haunted house, the Reign of Terror.
Oh, that's right.
I had a talking role for one of them because a lot of the roles they gave me were not talking roles, and then there was one that was a talking role. And I thought, oh, I could give it my all, and then I gave it my all, and everybody in a very loud haunted house could hear me. What?
So you gotta maybe we'll do a show on that technique.
Everybody could hear me. It was, like I said, it was a really loud haunted house. People in the very beginning of it could hear me, and I was towards the end.
Well, then let's do that.
Yeah. I was impressed with myself actually, and I did it for hours. I didn't strain.
You can give us a personal instruction on how to do that.
Maybe we do that next time.
All right. Up next, we have Joshua's favorite, which is going to be on a time limit.
Oh, why? I didn't time you on the glare.
You're the one who kept the conversation going.
I participated.
I was trying to get you off the conversation and you kept it going.
Come on.
Here we go.
There is an outbreak among us. It is limited to only a small portion of our population. They have a sickness. They have an addiction. They collect bicycle playing cards, which is bad for them, but great for us because we have almost 500 decks of playing cards to choose from. They'll go crazy in here. They'll spend every last penny they... This is their story. This is Playing Cards Anonymous here on Magic Talk.
Weird one today.
All right, before we get started, I got to tell you something. For our Facebook or our streaming, or what would you call it, social media listeners that are actually watching this visually. I'm looking at the webpage for the fried chicken playing cards, and it says pay in 4 interest-free installments, and I saw $50, and I'm like, why would I want to pay 4 interest-free installments of $50 when the deck is only $15?
Mm-hmm.
So I read it wrong. It's for orders over $50.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes more sense. How many of these are you buying?
I got scared for a second. All right. Yeah. So here it is up on the screen. If you're on social media, you can see it is the fried chicken playing cards.
This one's a weird one. This one actually has a scent to it. It's an aromatic element that you can use with this. And guess how you activate it?
How?
You shake it.
You shake it.
You shake it, you open it, and you smell.
So it's not a scratch and sniff.
Shake,
it's a shake.
And open, and it smells like fried chicken. That's really weird.
Does it really?
I mean, an artificial form of fried chicken, but it smells like fried chicken.
All right. I thought it smelled like vomit, actually, but you're getting fried chicken out of it.
I'm getting fried chicken. That's really weird. Yeah, it smells like... you know how the usual smell of paper when you open it up, a deck of cards, and you smell it, it kind of has that new deck smell?
Uh-huh.
This has the smell of a KFC bucket of fried chicken.
All right.
That's funny.
That is bizarre.
That's very weird. But the cards themselves are well, that's funny. The cards themselves are a standard type of casino gambling style, where you've got a solid color and then you've got two things on the top end and the bottom end and such.
Yeah, so you got two pieces of whole chicken.
Yeah.
They're almost like little icons up on the top and the bottom.
Oh, it makes
with
me
a
hungry.
solid red back. So it's kind of like a knock.
Kinda.
Almost like the cherries or whatever, where it's just a small little image involved. Other than that, it's solid.
They have two jokers. The fun thing about these are not identical jokers, but they've got
we are looking at those on the screen right now.
They got two reveals.
Yeah. 7 of diamonds and a 3 of hearts.
And they also have a double back. If you can go back to me for a second.
All right. So let's
you can see that. Double back.
Okay.
Yeah, double back card plus the two jokers with the two reveals. I'm sure you can do something really cool with that.
Yeah.
The one weird thing, and I see this with most NPC cards, they're in this value order.
So 4 aces, 4 twos, 4.
Yeah, and it's in shocked order too with that. So you got spades, hearts, clubs, diamonds, spades, hearts, clubs, diamonds, but it's all the values. So they're gathered together.
So NPC tends to do that.
Yeah, I've noticed it, especially when it's fresh out of the box type of deal. I think there's something you can do with that, as far as establishing a stack of some sort.
Yeah, do a couple pharaohs, and they'll be probably I don't know.
Well,
will they go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Jack, Queen, King?
I gotta go and do some more research with it, but I think there's something you can do with a stack as far as this being your starting position, per se. You smell on your fingers now.
I'm almost wondering. Yeah, it's like,
It does leave a lingering of an odor with this.
Yeah.
If you want, if you're sensitive to smells, this one might not be for you. Actually, the deck feels pretty good though. Actually, their stock feels nice. The smoothness of it is pretty good. The fanning is a really good fan.
So NPC is where we get our playing cards, our custom playing cards made.
Yes, you have to. You have a variety of different card stocks though that you can go and pick from, and finishes. So you got to be careful as to which one you use, or else it's not going to look all that great. Or
we typically use the linen.
Yeah.
You can't get the air cushioned unless you.
There's a German style.
You have to buy them by 1,000.
Yeah.
Quantity of 1,000.
Yeah. It changes depending on how many you do, because you can either buy individually, which can get expensive, but you have to use a constricted variety of stocks and finishes. Now, I want to just double check, because usually with the NPC, if it's any good, you do get a farrowing aspect. But
now I wonder if when they make their cards, if they use the air cushioned.
There's I gotta find out if there's one that's a specific NPC one. Okay, let's see. This one has. Oh, it's actually the other way. Excuse me. Looks like it's from the face. And then
so it's not, doesn't look like it's buttery.
It's not entirely, but it does work. It does work really well. If once you get it right, I don't know if it's because these cards were a tad warped in some, like, you had that little bend crimp in it, but actually, oh geez, I gotta smell on that one. It blows the air of the scent in your general direction.
I got it here too.
It's like a fan. But yeah, it's actually going from the face, which is nice. I like face pharaohs. It will go and pharaoh a lot better than from the back.
All right.
And I noticed this one, it's not necessarily a press and rock type of a situation. It's kind of a press and slice to get your good pharaoh, to get it to pharaoh more smoothly. But
all right,
it will work for a pharaoh, and it does seem like it holds up. got a good bend and stuff. The stock on it's pretty comparable.
Very cool.
It doesn't feel like a air cushion like you were talking about, but it does feel like what are the Aristocrats? It's a linen finish.
I have no idea.
I think it's
You're the
German,
one who's obsessed with playing cards.
It's a German linen finish that they make those with, and that one they don't have that air cushioned texture to it. This one, like, you can feel it. It's all pretty smooth.
Oh yeah.
Usually with a bike air cushion finish, you're gonna get a texture to it.
Yeah, this feels like it's just, like if you were handling them, you could just like, oh.
Yeah, it's very
slippery.
Very slippery. Air cushion, it gives you the space that you need, but it's got the texture and somewhat of a grip, actually, that you can hold on to. But a nice deck. Very interesting. The cards themselves, I forgot to ask or show this, but the cards themselves are actually no. Look, that's fun.
Wait a minute, there you go.
That's real fun. The pips and the everything there. You've got a normal pip up here, but then all the other ones are fried chicken. Look, that's I'm not going to say what that looks like, but it's supposed to be 3 drumsticks. All right. I'm not going to say what it actually looks like, but this is another one, the spade. And the funny thing, you can actually read them too, even though they're an illustrated pip. And yes, all the court cards are illustrated as well.
They're all eating chicken.
They're all eating chicken.
Nice. I did show a picture up on the court cards.
Yeah,
but
it's phenomenal. So your spade, your aces are all different, and the pips on the center of the card are all different. The only thing that's not different are the corner pips, so that you can probably read it.
Yeah.
But it's fun. I like this one.
Cool.
It smells weird, but it's fun.
All right, we are going to end with that.
Well, hold on one sec. I'm sorry. I got to show everybody what the...
I told them it was $15.
Oh, good. I forgot that you put it up on the screen.
I did, and I said it. It was $15.
I didn't pay attention.
I know you didn't. But we will be back next week, but we are going to be doing our show on Wednesday because Thursday is Thanksgiving. We are hopefully going to be having an agent on as a guest, but stay tuned for that, and I will keep you informed as to what's going on. But we are going to talk with hopefully an agent about what it takes to get represented. Anyway, thank you for listening. This is Magic Talk, and I, as always, am your renowned magician, James Lantine, and joined with the one, the only, the beautiful, the new dad.
The owner of the White Rabbit Magic Shop.
Oh, that's
Joshua Lantine.
All right. We will see you all next week.
Abracadabra. Hocus pocus. Presto. Pick a card, any card. Some words are magic. They sparkle with the promise of something wonderful. But they're still just words until you add that something wonderful to the mix. And that's what you'll find at the White Rabbit Magic Shop in Santa Paula. Their inventory includes world-class tricks and illusions that are not only for sale, but that they will teach you to master. In addition, White Rabbit Magic Shop is world-renowned for its amazing collection of bicycle playing cards, with nearly 500 decks in stock. So, if you're serious about magic, then say it with us. At the White Rabbit Magic Shop, we believe in magic. The White Rabbit Magic Shop, located at 15500 Telegraph Road, Suite B15 in Santa Paula. For more information, please call 805-850-3051 or check us out online at wr-magic.com.
All right, after handling those cards, I need to go take a bath.
This has been a Rough Edge Studios production.